It's another K-Town beat.
YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back today. I got the drop fade, and I'm gonna skip a guard today. That's right, I'm gonna skip a guard today. We not, most haircuts you can skip a guard, you can skip a step, whatever you want to call it. But on this particular drop fade, the guard that I'm not gonna use is the one guard. But first, we want to take whatever trimmer we have or whatever tool you want to use, and we want to make our first guideline all the way around the head, and we want to make sure to keep our guideline really low. Once you get that done, you want to come back. We have no guard here. We want to open our lever all the way up. And what we want to do is try to remove that first guideline that we made. But we know we won't, but we'll make another guideline right above it. But in actuality, what you want to do is try to remove that first guideline, but make sure you go your lever open. A lot of times I do open to close on my lever, so we're gonna do this too all the way around the head. Now, I did both of those steps all the way around the head, and normally I show you one side per each side. I do the demonstration on one side of the head and then on the other side of the head, so you can get a better visual. But sometimes you want to make the guidelines all the way around the head so you can make sure the fade comes out even. So the first guard that I used was the 1.5. I came up, I used it open. After that, I got my half guard here, and I'm just working in between the lines because I'm doing a lot of detailing right here. I'm trying to get the structure of the drop fade. You can see the book right above where I'm fading it. And the reason why I did it like this, so I know not to go so high. I want the book right there because I still want the drop fade effect. The key to the drop fade is not going high. So the way that I'm showing you right here is keeping you from going up too high, right? So after you use the half guard, you see my thumb, I'm stretching the skin. After you use your half guard, you want to come back with no guard. You can go open, pick your spots, fade in those dark spots, but you want to go open to close right here. Once you get to close, that bottom line should be almost removed. If it's not removed completely, we'll come back with our trimmer and make sure that we remove it, right? And also make sure that you use the corner of the blade. That is going to help you to not create another guideline, right? I tell y'all this on every video. Using the corner of the blade is going to help you tremendously, right? Without error, so this is like religion. You have to use the corner of the blade. If you're not using the corner of the blade, then you're actually making the process longer, and you might not be getting the blend that you actually want to get. So make sure to incorporate this technique into your face. You see how easy it made for me to take the line out. The fade is already coming out good. It's dark where we want it to be. I come back with my trimmers right here. You see what I'm doing, and boom, I'm cleaning them up. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna jump into a 2 guard. Now we're gonna take our 2 guard, and my lever is open. So we used our 2 guard, and we just want to stay underneath. We want to kind of take some of the bulk away, but we want to stay underneath. We don't want to go up that high, maybe like less than ½ an inch. We don't really want to go high. We want to stay right there in the middle where I'm at, focusing on that particular area where the bulk is, right? Also, make sure you're using both of your hands at all times, right? So this helps. And you see me consistently combing right here to make sure the hair is laying down. Now, he didn't want any off the top. So some of you probably wonder, dang, why he ain't taking none off the top? He's growing the top out, which, you know, it makes the haircut slightly easier, you know, because all you have to do is fade into what's already there, and it absolutely go quicker. So after you use the 2 guard open, you come back with the 1.5, and then I came back with no guard. So you see right here, I'm just doing more detail work. So you always detailing to get the look that you want, and I'm liking the way that it's coming out so far. I just want to clean it up, make it look a little bit better, in my opinion. So I come back, I got my detailers, and I'm still detailing. I'm getting little spots out that I want to get out. And you can see how this fade coming out. This fade is coming out nice, man, you know. So I believe once his hair grows out, his haircut will look, you know, a lot better, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna flip to the other side, and on this side we do the exact same things, exact same steps. We use our 1.5 open, come back with our 1/2 guard, no guard, use a 2 guard, you know, the exact same steps. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, and then we're gonna jump into the lineup. Now, when we get to the back, I kind of use a different technique. So instead of going, you know, small to big, like open, no guard, up to the 2 guard, I'm using the 2 guard, or actually the 3 guard right here, and I'm working my way down. So in the backs of a drop fade, sometimes I do down fading because I don't want to bring it up any higher. So I want to keep it right where it is. So down fading actually helps me keep it there. So I use 3 guard, come to a 1.5, 1/2 guard, no guard, and then I use my trimmer, right? So in the back, remember that you can fade down after you get both sides done, right? If you do side to side, if you work your way all the way around the head, it'll make it easier for you. But if you're doing side to side, make sure that in the back you do down fading. Now, right here for the edge up, I want to come and I want to use a 3 guard on the lineup. I want his hair to lay down some because you can see that it's very curly, wavy type texture. So with this texture of hair, you want the hair to lay down so you can see exactly what you're cutting. You want it to lay down. Right, so in this instance, you would use a bigger guard in order to not take so much off. And we didn't cut the top down, so I don't know exactly what his top is, so I use a bigger guard. So I eyeball tested. A 3 guard would seem pretty safe in this situation. So sometimes if you're judging and you're not really sure, you use a bigger guard, but in actuality I could have used the 2 guard But I like to play it safe because once the hair is gone, that's it, right? So we come back, we put the 2 guard on. Now, after that, we want to come back. We want to use our Mr. Outliner Detail and Mist. Boom, we want to get it, the Detail and Mist to hold the hair in place. It's going to also assist you in making a crispy line. You want to brush it in so the hair will lay down. You see how the hair lays down after using the mist. We come back, assess the situation. We want to start in the middle and work our way over. You see that? And you see how crispy that line is already? You see what that Detail and Mist do? Along with learning how to zero gap your trimmers. Now, I made a video, 2 videos before this, or a video before, on how to zero gap your trimmers. If you go to my newest videos, it should be the 2nd or 3rd video down. If you need to learn how to zero gap your trimmers, make sure you follow it step by step, watch it all the way through. It's some things that I say in the video that's gonna help make your trimmers hit better, right? And once you make them hit better, you use the Detail and Mist and some of the other techniques that I use, then your liners will make your haircuts look like this also, right? Your liner's gonna look crispy like fried chicken, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, fried chicken. We got Popeyes, KFC, all kinds of stuff. French's down here, Timmy Chan's. I'm in Texas. I'm in Houston, Texas. But anyway, back to the haircut. So, boom, we do that. You know, you want to keep the integrity of the lineup, right? So, what I'm saying when I say that is you don't want to push him back. You see his hair line on the side. I could have pushed him back. You see where it's lighter at, but I didn't, right? So I just make sure that you're keeping the integrity of the lineup. We come back after we get one side done. We work our way over. We start from the middle again and work our way over. You see that? So it's the same process, same steps required every time to get a consistent look. Now I do plan on using enhancements on this haircut because I just want the light spots. You see this corner on the right side of the screen? I want to fill that little corner in. In both corners, really. This corner probably needs a little bit more attention. But the thing I want you to pay attention to is I made the lineup straight, sharp as possible before I use my enhancements. Now this is a different type of enhancement than you normally see me use, right? Also, normally I would use hair fiber, right? And previously, like years before, I used to use the Master Airbrush, right? So now on this haircut, I want to use the airbrush. I got away from the airbrush because sometimes it wouldn't look natural enough for me. So I got away from it. I'm starting to come back and incorporate it a little bit on certain haircuts. When you spray color, which is what an airbrush is, you're using color. When you spray color on a place where there's no hair, it starts to look unreal, right? And that's what I didn't like about it. But people like it because it'll last longer for the haircut than fibers will, which is true. But fibers look 10 times better, right? Because it's full. That light spot I can build. It's actually called hair building fibers, right? But you know, me being who I am, I can pretty much make anything work. So I want you to pay attention. See, you see the lineup now? Now I'm gonna use my Airbrush Gun right here. And I got this airbrush off of Amazon. It was about 75, 80 bucks, right? And it works fantastically. And they did not send me this. They're not giving me no promo, you know, no nothing for this. It wasn't sponsored any kind of way. I just bought it and I liked it. I'm telling you what worked. You know what I mean? So This is $80, and I've been using it, and I think it got something to do with the trigger. You see what I was just doing right there? I think it got something to do with the trigger. But anyway, I like it, right? So you see how it filled in? It filled in nicely. I didn't have to use hair fiber in this situation. After I get that done and it's dry, I come back, I re-tap the line. I want to make it sharper, crispier, right? Then I already had it. Some people might say, man, he didn't really need it. He didn't. But I wanted it to look that much better, right? So that's what I did. That's the touches that I put on my haircuts. But this is the haircut. This is the drop fade. Hope those techniques work for you. Remember to keep it low. We skipped a guard in this whole tutorial right here. We didn't use a one guard on this haircut. He didn't want his beard done, so I'm not going to show you a beard. He didn't want it done, right? But anyway, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to my IG, MR.OUTLINER, and follow me too. But anyway, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.